Alright y'all, today I'm working on a Kawasaki Mule 610XC. It's my aunt and uncle's machine. They use it on the farm. It's been pretty good for them. I did have to work on the carburetor and some minor things there a while back, but they use it a lot, especially my aunt. She really likes getting around on it. But the starter has got an issue. I'm not even sure without looking. I think this is a 2014. But the starter has an issue. I haven't started it, but he fired it up to get it off the trailer, and it was kind of painful to listen to. It didn't sound too swift. So let me hit it once here, but I don't want to grind on it. It don't sound good. Oh, reckon there's any mice around? Corn all over the airbox. Alright, let's try it again here. Basically, it just really doesn't even sound like it's engaging. And I haven't even looked to see where the starter's at on this thing. But I do have a new starter for it. I went ahead and ordered one when he told me he was going to be bringing it to me. And it looks like, lucky for me, it's on top here. I think it'll come out of there. There's some wiring on top of it, but you can see the starter solenoid here, and then this is the starter motor. And it looks like there's a couple bolts going in from this way. Right here's one. So it looks like it should be pretty straightforward. I'm gonna try to get that done tonight, but that's all I'm gonna be doing to it. But that starter definitely is not engaging correctly. Hopefully it's nothing to do with the flywheel. I don't think it is. I think it's the starter itself. But he has been using it a little bit like that. So anyway, I'm gonna get this new starter out of the box and go ahead and dig into it here. We'll see if we can get this swapped real quick. Hopefully it doesn't take but a minute. So really this thing is hidden just enough that it would be easier if the bed were off, because there's not much gap there. And I'm pretty broad shouldered. But we gotta get down in there with a wrench or a socket or something. And then there's one underneath it. Somewhere down here. Anyhow, I don't really want to try to take the bed off because it looks like I have to take the mud flaps off and the tail light and then pull the pins, which is not terrible, but I'm going to see if I can do it without doing that. Just going to try to do it the hard way, I guess. So let me get the camera set up and I'm going to see if I can get something in there and get it loose. I've got the battery disconnected. I've got to take this hot wire here off. It's a 12mm. And then the starter bolts are 12mm also. I'm going to get this one going and then try to work the bottom out first. So that one's loose. We'll see if I can go ahead and just take it all the way out, and then I'll get the bottom one. Alright, that one's unthreaded. I'm just going to leave it in the starter. And then I've got a connector somewhere here. There we go. That's your kicker wire for the starter. So now we got to get one more bolt loose, and hopefully this will work up out of here. Alright, I'm going to try to get this bolt right here with a ratchet without knocking everything over. If I'm lucky, this should just pull out. So I think it's going to help to take these two bolts out and get this shifter bracket loose just enough to flex a little. I bet this will bring them out. I don't know what's holding it. I really didn't know if that was going to come out without taking some other stuff off, but I finally got it worked out of there. They look the same to me. I think this was about somewhere around 60 bucks. I feel like the drive on this one was slipping. Looks like it's still got all the teeth. So we'll put the new one in, hopefully it'll slide in there okay, and see if it works a little better. The flywheel teeth aren't perfect, but I think they're okay. They're not really worn down, they're just kind of shiny. I'm sure it's kind of ground against the side of them some because it wasn't engaging right. But I think it's okay. I'm gonna try to get this new one back in here. I hope it goes in a little easier than the other one came out. The other one kept hanging up. Almost like that plastic hole is so tight that it can't make its way through without pulling on it. But maybe it'll go in easier. I know these camera angles aren't too good, so bear with me. So I had a wire, it's this wire right here. It was hung on that bottom bracket for the starter, basically. It's not a bracket, but it's like a leg that sticks up. I think I finally passed it. And I think I might be able to start my bolts. Alright, I got everything hooked back up. Just got the kicker wire and the main power under that red sheathing there. And then the two bolts in the shifter here, those two right there. Starter looks clean and new in there. Lay some of this wiring back down in here. It was a little more aggravating than I expected, but hopefully it works. I haven't tried it yet. I just reconnected everything and put the battery back on. Getting the bolts in and out is not too bad with a ratchet wrench and a ratchet, but just working that starter in now, there was kind of a problem for me. This wire is what was giving me, you can see where it goes down underneath. It hung on the starter and I couldn't really see it. That's what was giving me the most grief, but finally got it worked back behind the little leg on the starter out of the way. So let's see if it starts now. I got filthy doing that. It's on my legs. Alright, let's see what happens. Oh yeah. Still run. right, y'all, that's gonna wrap this thing up. Crank's really good. I rode it around a little bit. Once it warms up, the idle's a lot better, and doesn't want to die, and it starts a lot better. So I'm not too concerned about that. So anyway, starter worked really good. It's just an eBay starter, but it cranks really fast, and battery seems good, so I think he's good to go. So with that said, I'm gonna shut this one down. Appreciate y'all watching. Hopefully it was helpful to somebody.